Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. Welcome to the second subtopic of the chapter 7, which is the compound angles. Okay, so let's go to the first LO, which is express the formula sine A plus or minus B, comma, cos A plus or minus B, and tangent A plus or minus B. So basically, you have two angle A and B, and this is what we call as compound angle formula. Compound angle mesti ada dua angle. Okay, start dengan formula sin A plus B ataupun sin A minus B. So I have a tips here in memorizing this two formula. So I sing this when I want to remember my compound angle. So the way I sing this is just actually sine cos cosine, cos cos sine sine. That is just how I remember my compound angle. So I can just give you some tips. You can even make your own song to remember, and then you can share with me if you have any idea, right? So for me, the way I remember compound angle is just sine cos cosine untuk sine A plus B ataupun sine A minus B. Manakala kalau cos A plus B ataupun cos A minus B, saya akan hafal cos cos sin sin. Very simple. Cos cos sin sin. So just remember untuk cos dekat sini kena hati-hati. Kalau soalan dia cos A plus B, manakala di tengah-tengah ni operasi dia terbalik ya. It's gonna be minus. Okay? Here. Kalau soalan adalah cos A plus B, maksudnya formula dia adalah minus. Untuk cos sahaja yang agak unik. Okay, manakala tangent A plus B, it is just tangent A plus tangent B over with 1 minus. Baca yang atas, 1 minus tangent A times tangent B. That is how easy the compound angle formula that you can memorize. Don't be afraid to remember. Challenge yourself to remember a lot of formula. Jangan takut. You dah pernah dengar pun. You dah pernah lalui pun trigo ni masa at maths dulu form 5. So you don't have to be afraid. You just do a lot of latihan and there is nothing can stop you from understanding trigonometric functions. Okay, so now let's find the value for the following in terms of surd. Okay, dalam surd ya, jawapan mesti dalam surd. So sin A plus B, right? So kita boleh keluarkan dia punya lagu dulu. Sin cos, let me sing this. Sin cos cosine. As you all know, I love to do this rangka first. So sin 45 sines 45, and then I just love to duplicate my answer. Okay, mesti A di depan. Okay, A mesti di depan, manakala B di belakang. So sin cos cosine. So I just duplicate this, and then disebabkan dia plus, so here must also be plus. So you just write down there plus. And then you tahu all of these values, man. You have learned this in my previous video. What is sine 45? What is cos 45? What is cos 30? What is sine 30? You have known this already. Okay? So if you tak hafal, this too is very useful in helping you to find the value. Okay? This triangle, these two triangle, what we call as equilateral triangle. Remember, this is equilateral triangle yang telah dipecahkan menjadi dua bahagian. Okay, so this is 2 unit, 1 unit, and hence this is square root 3. Okay, so and this is isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle dia agak kecil, 45 degree, and so this is 1 unit, 1 unit. You can hafal length dia, okay? Barulah you boleh dapat jawapan yang tepat. Okay, kena hafal length dan juga hafal dia punya angles. Okay, kena hafal angles dan juga its length. Alright. So kalau you dah ingat benda ni, of course you boleh jawab setiap satu ni. Okay, let's have a go. Let's have a go in finding sine 45 first. So sine 45 is just so. OH. OH. Okay, so 1 over 2. 1 over square root 2. So let me write down nicely. 1 over square root 2. Okay, this is the first one. The second one is cos 30. So look at cos 30. Kah. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So square root 3 over 2. So square root 3. Square root 3 over 2. And then plus cos 45. You can check again. Cos 45, this is opposite, this is adjacent. So adjacent over hypotenuse is 1 over square root 2. So saya just nak duplicate lah. Sebab nilainya sama saja. And then the last one is sine 30. Sine 30, look at 30 degree. Look at 30 degree. So opposite over hypotenuse. So this is 1 over 2. So you write down there 1 over 2. And so you just use your calculator. No, don't use your calculator. We have to do this in terms of surd. In terms of surd means we can simplify it. Okay, bila kita simplify, kita akan dapat square root 3 di atas. Manakala 2 square root 2 di bawah. Plus it with 1 over square root 2. 1 over 2 square root 2. So, you know that you can combine this together sebab denominator dia sama. And you know that bahagian denominator cannot having a square root. Tak boleh ada square root ni. Jadi kita kena rationalize. Kita kena rationalize dengan mendarabkan conjugate-nya sendiri. Okay, the conjugate of itself. Iaitu square root 2 lah. Sebab square root 2 darab square root 2. This square root 2 times square root 2 akan hilang square root, dapat 2 sahaja. That's why we do rationalize method. Okay, you are so pro at this already. So you know this is rationalized concept. And so your answer is just simply square root 6 plus square root 2 divided by 4. Ta-da! That's your answer. Let's go to the next example. The next example is cos. Cos 150 minus 45. Tolong jangan selesaikan dalam ni. Just faham bahawa ini adalah angle A dan ini adalah angle B. And so you can keluarkan cos, sin. Keluarkan cos, sin. Cos. Let me write down nicely. Cos, sin. Okay, and then you keluarkanlah dia punya angles. You write down its angles, duplicate over here, and duplicate 45, put it there. Okay, so here might be, boleh dekatkan sikit. So now, disebabkan ini adalah cos and it's minus, this sign will be changed. Sebab mengikut formula cos, the sign will be changed. According to, kalau dia soalan dia plus, you kena formula dia minus. So here will be minus. Here will be plus. Astaghfirullah. Here will be plus. Disebabkan soalan ni minus, dia terbaliklah. Untuk cos sahaja yang dia terbalik sign. Okay, untuk cos, kalau dia cos dia negatif, dia punya formula dia plus. Okay, that is just how easy. You just change it. Okay, now you have to do something about things yang dia kata without using calculator. Oh, dia tak cakap pun without using calculator. But still, we have to do this in terms of surd, kan? So basically, I quite know this already. Saya kan bila dah buat banyak kali, saya dah hafal dah sin 45 dengan cos 45. Saya tahu nilai dia. Saya dah hafal. Saya dah banyak kali buat, saya ingatlah, oh cos 45, sin 45 memang sama nilai dia, 1 over square root 2. Tapi kalau cos 450 ni, kita tak tahu lagi tau. So kalau kita tak tahu lagi, it is very good if we learn to change this both into something that we can calculate normally, calculate normal maksud saya macam you ada cos 30 ke, you ada sin 30 ke, cos 60, cos sin 60, nombor-nombor yang familiar angle-nya, tahu tak? Nombor-nombor yang angle dia familiar pada kita sebab kita hafal triangle ni, kita hafal triangle dan sides dia, right? So we know how to change these big angles, we know it. We totally know how to change these big angles. Don't be afraid. You know this by using all science teacher crazy. So all science teacher crazy. Let me duplicate this first. Okay, all science teacher crazy untuk soalan cos 150 kan. So 150 is over here. So this is 150. The remaining is how many? The remaining is 30 degree. So 30 degree. So here will be equals to 30 degree. But we know that only sign yang positive. So kalau only sign positive, maksudnya sini negative cos. Negative cos 30. So we can write down negative cos 30 over there. That is our transformation. Daripada nilai yang sangat besar, daripada nilai angle dia besar, saya boleh ganti jadi yang lebih kecil. Tapi saya kena faham all signs teacher crazy ni, mana satu yang positive sign dan mana satu yang negative signs. I must be good at that first. If you are not good yet, you should watch my previous video. Okay, so and then plus here follow, and then here let's have a test of the sine 150. Sama jugalah. So 150 is over here. Basically, they are just the same, right? The balance of the angle will be 30. The thing is, we know here is memang positive sign. So here is positive sign 30 degree. There you go. You just change that into sine 30 degree. Ta-da! And so we have got a simpler angles, and then negative what? Cos 30 tadi berapa? Cos 30. Have a look. Cos 30 kah adalah adjacent over hypotenuse. So kah square root of 3, and so here is square root of 3 divided by 2 times it with your answer there. And then plus with sine 30. Sine 30, have a look at your triangle. Sine 30 adalah opposite over hypotenuse. So 1 over 2. Your answer here is 1 over 2. Okay, bawa dia ke bawah sikit boleh. And then I duplicate this also. Senanglah duplicate. And then I simplify it. I will get negative square root 3 divided by 2 square root 2 plus 1 over 2 square root 2. 1 over 2 square root 2. And actually this is equals to 1 minus square root 3 over 2 square root 2. Macam biasa, kita tahu kita tak boleh stop dekat sini. Kita kena rationalizekan dia. So we rationalize it, we will get the final answer is a very simplest answer, which is square root of 2 minus square root of 6 divided by 4. Ta-da! That's my answer untuk question B. Now, let's go to the next example. Masih lagi dalam compound angle formula. We are still at the same angle for compound angle formula. So now we have to keluarkan maklumat untuk soalan kedua ni. Given that cos A is negative 12 over 13. So actually from this information, you know that this is kah. Cos is kah. So cos is kah mean A over H. So and then tan is tua. So O over A. You can write down that one first. And then you read when A is in the second quadrant, when the angle is at the second quadrant, B is at the third quadrant. So let's keluarkan maklumat A. So here goes the second quadrant. Okay, the second quadrant is over here. Okay, ini adalah second quadrant kita. So remember, angle mesti ditulis di bahagian yang paksi X. Okay, angle should be written here. Bukan atas ni This is wrong. Okay, angle mesti ditulis yang berdekatan dengan paksi X. So this is your angle A. Tolong labelkan dia A. And then you tolonglah letak straight line ni menunjukkan kita faham this going to be right angle triangle. Okay, this is right angle triangle where we have opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse. Masing-masing ada nilai masing-masing, and cos A dekat sini kita ada nilai adjacent. Adjacent kita adalah 12. In fact, this is negative 12 lah. Dia yang kata negative 12. And then hypotenuse kita adalah 13. So 5, 12, 13. Saya hafal benda ni. Pythagoras theorem ni saya hafal. 5, 12, 13. 7, 24, 25. Yeah, I do that. So, manakala yang angle B pula. So, angle B is at the third quadrant. Third pula. Yelah. Di sini tulis third quadrant. So, I write down third quadrant. So, here is my third quadrant. Maybe I can move it a little bit to the right there. And so, remember, my angle should be on the x-axis. Mesti di antara line dan juga paksi X. Paksi X ni sangat penting ya. Untuk chapter 6. Inilah tempatnya di mana angle B berada. Okay, angle B berada di antara line X dan juga line third quadrant. Okay, jangan sesuka hati letak bawah ni. Letak bawah ni salah lah. Memang confusion lah kamu chapter 7. Okay, so please be good at this. So here is your quadrant B. This is your angle B. And then please put a triangle there, showing that you understand mesti right angle triangle. And you know opposite, you know adjacent, you know hypotenuse. So you put the value. When you put the value, you know that tangent BOA, OA, O diberi pada kamu 7. O diberi pada kamu 7. This is negative 7. And A pun diberi pada kamu iaitu 24. Okay, 24. So this is the length lah. Yang saya tulis ni is the length. So actually kalau this is the length. Tapi kalau koordinat ni adalah negative 24. Tapi tak apalah, saya tak nak tulis negative 24 boleh. Saya just letak 24 as the length over there. Okay, saya letak saja 24 here. This is our adjacent. And this is our hypotenuse. Okay, tapi basically kalau betul-betul faham, sini adalah third quadrant kan, dia mesti negative koordinat tau. Negative point, and here is also negative 7 sebenarnya. Here is negative 7. Kalau nak mengikut koordinat yang tepat lah, dia ada simbol negatif sebab dia berada di third quadrant. Third quadrant memang areanya negatif, right? So basically warna hijau ni adalah length sahaja, length. Padahal sebenarnya dia ada nilai lah, nilai yang sepatutnya. But yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you understand the length is cukup lah. The length. And tak cukup kot, mesti tahu yang warna biru ni. Saya rasa sangat penting untuk tahu biru ni. Ya, koordinat ni sangat-sangat penting lah. Sebab nanti kita nak menjawab soalan, dia kata find the values of sine A plus B and the tangent A plus B. Okay, so sine, cos, cosine. Let's begin. Sine, cos, cosine. So sine A, cos B, sine, cos, cosine, and then the plus. Okay, sine A, have a look, hati-hati. Opposite, over hypotenuse. So 5 over 13. See? Pandai-pandailah kira. 5 over 13. Pandai-pandai tengok sendiri. And then cos B, tengok angle B. Sebab tu kena label betul-betul. Kalau you tak label, you will get a lot of confusion. Okay, you will get a lot of confusion. So cos B adalah opposite. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So hypotenuse kat sini adalah 25. As I said, 7, 24, 25 is where I hafal it. Okay, 7, 24, 25. So here goes K. 24, negative 24. Miss, negative kena letak ke? Ya, wajib. Negative 24 over 25. This negative sign mesti diletak. Kalau kamu tak letak negative sign, akhir jawapan akan salah lah. Dia ada negatif disebabkan dia berada di third quadrant. Kena faham koordinat tu lah. Okay. And then plus cos A. Cos A, tengok A, angle A. Cos A adalah adjacent over hypotenuse. So negative 12 over 25. Apa benda 25 pula? Negative 12 over 13. Negative 12 over 13. Yeah. And the last one is sin B. So sin B, look at the B. OH. Okay? OH. So. Sin is so. So OH. O kita sebenarnya negative 7. So we should put negative 7. Maybe I want to use negative 2 tau. Saya nak guna negative tu warna lain supaya kamu jelas nampak mana yang negatif. And dia ambil kira secara serius. Okay. Negative sign ni dia ambil kira secara sangat-sangat serius di mana koordinat mereka itu berada lah. Okay. Sangat-sangat serius di sini. And so the answer is just negative 36 over 325. Ta-da! There you go. That's my answer. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question, which is solving the tan A minus B. So the tan A minus B is just the formula of tan over 1 tan. Saya tak ada lagu untuk tan. Tak ada. So I just know that tan A, tan B, tan A, tan B akan ada atas bawah. Cumanya operasi dia kena hati-hati. Kalau sini minus, sini mesti minus. Okay, dia ikut, dia follow. Tapi bawah ni dia akan jadi plus. Tak percaya, you tengok formula, okay? So kalau atas plus, atas mesti plus. Bawah yang minus. See? So now let's just sub in my value of tan A. My tan A, tangent A is OA. OA tua. So 5, this is positive 5 kan? 5 over negative 12. So 5 over negative 12 minus with tan B. Have a look at tan B. What is your tan B? Tan B, OA. So OA, so 7 over 24. Okay, 7 over 24, but actually both of them have a negative sign, you know. This is negative 7 over negative 24. Sebenarnya dia ada negative sign. Okay, and so bila negative, positive lah. But it's okay, we just write down our answer. I am just going to duplicate this. Shall I do that? So when I duplicate this, I just use my calculator and I will get the answer is negative 204. My answer is 204 divided by 253. There you go. That's my answer untuk tan minus A and sin A plus B. and A minus B, sorry.